So as per Roman Reigns fan 69 on Twitter who broke the news earlier, we have a new 2K22 trailer out. This video is sponsored by 2K. Shoutouts to 2K ANZ in particular. Absolute legends down there. This video is sponsored, but while they're paying me to do this, they're not paying me to lie to you. So we're going to watch the trailer. I'm going to give you my honest opinions. I've taken some screenshots. I've obviously seen it because Roman Reigns fan 69 posted it like 12 hours ago. Alright, so all aside, there is actually some pretty interesting stuff in this trailer. Okay, let's watch it. This is obviously without the music that it has in the thing. It's like on a silent thing that they sent us. You got Ray there. I think Sasha Banks' model looks really, really good this year as well as the big dog. Anybody got a ooh-ah for us? There's a little bit of Humberto action there. Sasha, I love the big screen SmackDown arena. I think it looks sick. I've got a screenshot of that I want to talk about. Jesus Christ. Okay, so The Rock looks phenomenal. Becky looks improved. Stone Cold looks interesting as well. Big boy Viking Brock. Stoner Riddle looks amazing as well. We've seen that 100 times. That's Seth's best model, I think, that we've seen in the game. We'll get to that in a sec. It looks pretty good, man. It looks pretty smooth. The graphics are crisp. I'm really big on presentation. Obviously, being a Universe Mode creator, that's interesting for a number of reasons, that little clip there. Big Boy Taker, man, in his 45th 2K game. But, yeah, Roman Reigns, much improved. Big E looking good. This is really interesting. New backstage area. We've been screaming out for that for just the longest time, bro. And, like, some new cage match animations here, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin Owens looking real good. Got an interesting thing to say about the table coming up as well. Ricochet. Damian Priest, the first image we've seen of Priest from memory. You know, Big Boy Brock, it's hitting different. It's all the good stuff, you know. Presentation looks great. But we need to get into, like, the nitty-gritty. You can see that they've taken a lot of care in the face scans for a lot of them. There's some that are, like, still a little bit, I don't know. So I thought another good example of a good face scan is this. Matt Riddle. I think his face scan is one of the best. Don't you agree? They've gone to a lot of detail, like in the pores and like the you know, what do they call it? The textures of the face. Riddle looks really good. And of course, while we're on the quality of models, I don't think you can go past this guy. I don't think you can go past Seth Rollins. I think this version of Seth Rollins is probably one of the best we've seen in the game. Obviously, we've seen mods and stuff that look probably a little bit better than this. But, you know, I think in terms of like base game, that's probably one of the best models of Seth Rollins I've seen. It's so much improved on the earlier version that we saw in another trailer. But this looks amazing. I think Seth looks amazing this year in this game. And just another one on face scans, The Rock. I don't know if they scanned The Rock or whether they did this. They would have had to have scanned him surely to get it that good. I think he looks absolutely phenomenal in this game. Big E as well. One thing I've noticed is like the sweat is like 2K20. It's out of control. I'm not a massive fan of the like super sweat sort of look when they get really shiny and that sort of thing. Obviously, if this is late in the match or whatever, or it's Brock or someone like that who sweats a lot. Like, I know we're getting very nitpicky here, but I think Big E looks good, but the sweat is a little bit crazy. Like, you see it even in some of the entrance shots. The guys are really, really sweaty, which I think is kind of weird, because, like, these guys are primed athletes. They don't really sweat that much, but I'm not gonna sweat on it. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so this is the sort of stuff that I was interested in. New backstage area is really what I wanted to see. I don't know if it's an oversight that they've got the old Raw graphics. Mainly, like you look at Drew, that's a hugely improved Drew McIntyre, isn't it? This is the little bits of detail that we wanted. We wanted new environments. We wanted new stuff to be able to sink our teeth into. I think Bobby looks pretty good there. Absolutely. I mean, this probably sound weird to say, but he has absolutely beautiful skin, Bobby Lashley, just in real life. So, you know, he's got his little blemish here. I think it's probably the best Bobby Lashley model we've seen. I think we could agree. Could it be better? Yeah, maybe. But, you know, I think they've nailed his likeness pretty good there as well. But I'm more focused on, like, the backstage stuff. I don't know if they've done this deliberately, but there's an elevator that says level 1. I wonder if there is the possibility that you could maybe go up the elevator to another section of the backstage area and fight like on the concourse. I know that's probably a reach and it's probably not likely, but that would be super cool if you were to add that depth to the game. Little bit of a callback to like the old SmackDown games where you could go and climb on the roof and get on a helicopter and all kinds of stuff. I think that would be cool. What do you think? Let me know down below. One thing I noticed is the table is already broken up. So the table is already smashed up before she even goes through it. Now, sometimes this stuff does happen in highlight reel. So if they have used highlight reel for this, sometimes the table will look cracked because the game reads it as already being broken, but it kind of puts it back together, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking that perhaps that's the case here, but this table is clearly already mangled before she goes through the table. But the way the table smashes up when she goes through it and it just crumbles to absolutely nothing and there's shards everywhere, that's awesome. I think and particularly if that stuff stays on the ground and you can wrestle around in it and maybe do more moves on top of the rubble of like broken tables and stuff, so you can smash up like 2 or 3 tables. It would be awesome if you could do that in the ring and then do like a superplex onto the shards of table. Also, another really significant thing that I noticed was that the kendo stick is in the cage. So that's a really big addition. Having weapons inside, that could be Hell in a Cell. I'm feeling like it could be Hell in a Cell. But if it's not, and you can start with weapons in the cage, that's massive. So I thought this was significant as well. Rey goes up the top, AJ follows him, but this is significant here. Rey Mysterio and AJ fly out of the ring from the top of the ladder. They fly out of the ring from the top of the ladder. Now, I could be mistaken, but can you do that in the game series? Can you go from inside the ring to outside the ring? You guys probably, well, I mean, you shouldn't know better than me. I've got like 2,000 hours in the game, but... So you cannot talk about this trailer without talking about this man. Ponytail, Viking, Farmer Boy Brock Lesnar, slamming Wee Man through a table in a restaurant full of people, Brock Lesnar, looking absolutely yoked, looking absolutely brolic. Honestly, it's looking pretty good. Tell me what you think. Because as I said at the top of the video, there is no me without you. I only really care what you guys think and what you guys want. Once again, shout outs to 2K for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you on the next one.